Hey y'all, welcome back to this week's episode of AMA Friday with Amy Miller, Recruiting in Yoga Pants. Final video of 2024. New year, new job? Maybe. I hope, for those that are looking. I sincerely hope so. I wasn't even sure what I was going to talk about this week. And then inspiration stuck in the form of a really crappy DM. I know I've said before, I say a lot actually, that LinkedIn DMs are where messages go to die because I'm not good at keeping up on top of them. I'm also like, I have some colleagues that are like zero inbox people and I'm so jealous. I have, oh my God, 2,677 unread emails. Anyway, sorry. So here's the thing. Here's the thing I want to talk about, though. I do have an idea for a New Year's resolution. I was thinking about this. Like, I started with this idea of like the one thing I want us to leave behind in 2024. It kind of evolved into, you know what? We're going to make a more positive spin on this. We're going to turn this into an actionable good thing that any of us can do. Any of us, no matter what our circumstances, no matter our employment status, no matter our financial situation, there's one thing that every single one of us can do. We are all capable in some fashion of uplifting someone else. I know it's hard for a lot of us, okay? I know that if you are in that dark place, if you are dealing with unemployment, and I focus a lot on like jobs and employment and unemployment, and that is by design because that is the purpose of this channel, is to help job seekers ask better questions, right? Everything I do is meant to help give you suggestions, ideas, thoughts, feedback, insight into how recruiting happens so that you know how to navigate it more easily, okay? So I'm going to focus on that side of it. But truly, every single one of us has something to offer. And so my hope is that you will walk away from this video with at least one idea of how to help one person. So let me tell you how this idea was born. Don't check DMs, told you that already. But I had some, a little bit of downtime and wanted to kind of clear up my inbox a little bit as best I could on LinkedIn. And I responded to a message that I should have been more skeptical of. The opener was, kind of recruiting related, right? Like asking a question about the kind of recruiting I do, essentially. And I was like, oh, no, that's not at all, what I do. And so I explained, I responded and said, here's what I do. I work for this company. I do these things. Okay, fine. Thinking that's, close the loop on that, right? Well, this individual comes back and lets me know that there's no end game in that, working for a company for a paycheck. Apparently that's for losers. Okay, I'm paraphrasing here. But yeah, no end game. Their words, not mine. And they're looking for people who want to do this particular kind of recruiting. Oh, okay. I said, well, I appreciate, the outreach. I've actually done that. It's been, oh my God, 20 years. It has been, it's like early 2000s. I actually did in a commission only job, placing people who work on commission. Okay. It sucked. It was, it's weird to place people on commission. And I know a lot of recruiters who like place salespeople and things like that. And I've always found those contracts really weird to write because you have to like quibble over like estimated first year earnings and a percentage of that versus base versus whatever. And if they're commission only, it gets really weird. So anyway, we would place people for like $5,000 a pop. Like it was way too much work for way little reward. Not going back to that mess. Anywho, so I explained, I'm like, hey, appreciate the thought. I totally respect we perhaps have a different definition of end game. And I've done that kind of work. It's not for me. But you know what? I know a lot of unemployed recruiters who might be down for this, that this might be of interest. Y'all, why did I get hit with, I'm not looking for unemployed, I'm looking for entrepreneur mindset? Can those concepts not coexist in your little brain? I don't understand your issue. Like, you are automatically like saying, this person's unemployed, therefore not a fit for my entrepreneurial opportunity. The more I think about this, the less sense that it makes. So you want to take somebody who is already happily employed and pluck them out into a complete unknown with an uncertain paycheck? Are you serious? In this economy? I was very offended on behalf of my unemployed friends, okay? I'm going to tell you right now. That hit me stupid. I was like, what? But it got me thinking, and it really did make me start, we agreed to disagree and close the loop on that conversation. Anyway, yeah, I was not digging that. But it got me thinking about how society at large, certainly people with hiring authority, recruiters, hiring managers, different individuals involved in different parts of the process do really have some unfortunate ideas about unemployed professionals. I understand, particularly from a recruiting point of view, we are often at the mercy of the beliefs and desires and wish list of our hiring authorities. I find this very common, sadly, in agency recruiting. They'll fire you. Like, they will just literally not work with you anymore if you do not give them what they want. As a corporate recruiter, you don't get to fire me. You can complain and you can go escalate to my boss, and you can cry to your boss, and there's lots of things that you can do as my hiring partner in a corporation that we are both employed by, but you can't fire me. Sorry about your luck. And I've said this 1,000 times, like, I love my current hiring managers. They're wonderful. I've actually hired most of them, which is really great. We have like a really built-in relationship already. I've definitely worked for companies in the past where very senior people in the organization did not like me and would love to have seen me unemployed. But you don't have that authority, babe. Long as I'm doing my job, I'm gonna be all right. And sometimes my job is telling you when you're wrong. And friends, if you are in a position of hiring authority and you are eliminating unemployed people simply for being unemployed, you're wrong. So back to my goal, my New Year's resolution, if you will, for all of us, okay? We don't all have the authority or the ability to actually go and hire someone or bring them in for an interview or do something like that. Sometimes we can, sometimes we do. If you can, please do so. If you're sitting back going, Amy, I'm unemployed too. What do you mean? I can't do anything for anybody. Yes, you can, friend. Yes, you can. Okay? And that is what I want to talk about building. I want each of us to make a commitment in the new year. Find one person, one unemployed person that you can do one thing to uplift. All right? Here's some ideas. Maybe I'll write about this. Maybe I'll do like a list of things on the blog that you can, get some ideas of your own. I want to hear what you think too. Drop a comment down below. What is one thing that you want to do or think you can do to support someone unemployed? Okay, here's some very high level ideas. Can you review their resume? Offer to review the resume. Hey, look, you're an engineer. I'm an engineer. I know what good engineering looks like. Would you like a second set of eyes on your resume? I'd be happy to read your resume and tell you what I think you're good at based on it. That could be interesting. Okay. Because remember, your resume is a marketing document, right? Is it telling the right story? Give it to somebody and see if they're getting the story. That's one thing that you can do. Okay. Maybe you are employed. Maybe you have a job you like, or at least don't hate. Can you refer someone? Now, normally I don't like unknown referrals, okay? You know how I feel about that. I've got a video on referrals. I'll share that up above. But here's where I'm going to make an exception. Hey, unemployed person, I know my company hires people that do what you used to do. Are there any roles that you see at the organization that you're interested in? I'd be happy to put in a good word if that would help you. You know, maybe we can chat for a few minutes. I can get to know you a little bit, and then I'm happy to make a referral. I'm okay with that. If it's done with the right intentions and done the right way, I'm not going to quibble. Okay? Networking leads are fine too. We love that. Maybe you're a hiring authority. Why don't you set aside 30 minutes to do a mock interview with somebody unemployed? Maybe you do thousands of interviews every year for your company. Maybe you could write a LinkedIn post. Here's the top 3 things that successful candidates do in the interview that sets them apart. Share that insight. Share that knowledge. One person, one idea, one time. Put something good out into the universe in this year of our Lord 2025 coming up. Look, none of us have a magic wand. None of us can control the economy. We are all just corporate drones trapped in this capitalistic hellscape trying to feed our kids and put a roof over their heads, okay? I get it. But if you do that one good thing for that one person that's struggling, how could you not help but feel good about that? It's a hell of a lot better and more productive and, quite frankly, a lot kinder than sliding into people's DMs unsolicited with your unemployed versus entrepreneur bullshit. Let me know down below. What are you going to do? What do you think we should do? What other suggestions do you have for recruiters like me, for hiring authorities, for employed people? Let's put our minds together and actually do something to uplift our fellow humans. It's not rocket science, y'all. Every single one of us is capable. Lending an ear, spending a few minutes, making a call or two. We can do this. Some old proverb about going further together than going alone. I always get that wrong, but I love it. All right, friends. See you in the new year.